Hello there. I will talk about the native and anchor contracts and make a comparison between them on Solana. During our first cluster homework, I checked account check native, the CPI net hand, and the CPI net lower in both Solana native and also in Anchor. The first thing that had attracted my attention is in native Solana, you actually have to write a lot of code, and in most cases, it can really get messy and therefore causing a lot of mistakes and errors in compiling. And you just simply have to create a cargo file just to make sure that the Rust file is created. Thankfully, in Rust, it's really easy to add packages. On the other hand, in Anchor, you actually use a lot less code. You can actually simply create in a library. You can make your tests in TypeScript. Same thing with native Solana too. Also, you can make your tests in Rust if you use the test modules. But something that attracted my attention is that in Solana, you use a lot more libraries and import them, and barely using macros, while in Anchor, you actually rely on using more macros and importing less library. Anchor actually supports everything for you. The second thing is you have to use Anchor inits to write your own programs, and Anchor will actually create a file and test for them, and you can modify them, which is not really possible in Solana. But the nice thing about it is you actually use one file, and depends on the number, you use a test file too, which another test file that means in two files, but in Solana, just the main parts actually requires 6 programs. It's a lib file, unlike main in native Rust. The same thing is equivalent to librs in native Solana and Anchor Solana. The third one is Anchor is actually much cleaner than its native counterpart. But I would like to say that native Solana will help you learn a lot more about the details, while it is much more difficult to learn in native Anchor or the Solana's Anchor framework. So these are all the things that I could find. And thank you for everything.